So for today, our lesson will be all about accounting for inventories. So what are inventories? So inventories are assets that are held for sale in the ordinary course of business, and this would refer to the finished goods and merchandise inventory, which is ready for sale and are held for sale. We also have those which are in the process of production for such sale, and this time this would refer to the work in process, or it could be in the form of materials or supplies to be consumed in the production or in the rendering of services, and this would refer to the raw materials and the manufacturing supplies. So there are classes of inventories. We have inventories for a trading concern and inventories of a manufacturing concern. So what's the difference between the two? If it's a trading concern, that is one that buys and sells goods in the same form purchase. So for example, you are um, selling ready-to-wear dresses. So you bought the ready-to-wear dress and you're going to sell them in the same form, same ready-to-wear dress. Or your business is a school supplies store wherein you will purchase notebooks, ball pens, pencils, rulers, and other school supplies, and then you're going to sell them in the same form as you have purchased them. So this will be recorded as a merchandise inventory or simply inventory account for goods that are held by a trading concern. So kung trading concern ang business, so mo niyang account title nga gamiton, or you can just shorten it as inventory. Okay, so we have inventories for a manufacturing concern. So this time, this focus on the type of business wherein there would be purchase of goods which will be altered or converted into another form before they are made available for use, meaning there's still a need to process it further before siya mabaligya. So the inventories for a manufacturing concern include the finished goods. These are the goods which are already ready for sale. So nahuman na og gama. We also have the goods in process, those which are partially completed, which require further process before they can be sold. So na siya nasugdan, pero wala pa siya nahuman. And the raw materials, these are the goods to be used in the production and no work or process has been done on them. So, materials siya, wala pa siya na-convert, wala pa na-start bisag gamay. So, this would be referred to as the raw materials. And we also have the factory or manufacturing supplies. These are similar as the raw materials, but the relationship would be indirect. Okay, so they are indirect because they are not physically incorporated in the products being manufactured. So examples, we have paint and nails, which are part of the finished product, but they are not that significant. Okay, and it will be difficult to allocate the cost directly to the product. So that is how you will know if it is a factory or manufacturing supplies. And those manufacturing supplies that are used or nagamit na, so they will fall under the overhead kung nagamit na siya. Okay? Pero pag wala pa siya nagamit, they fall under inventories as part of the factory or manufacturing supplies. Then, when do we recognize inventories and how are they presented in the financial statements? So we have the recognition. Inventories are recognized when they meet the definition of inventory and they they qualify for the recognition as assets. And how do we know if they qualify as assets? Such as when legal title is obtained by the buyer from the seller. And this legal title normally passes when there is possession over the goods that is transferred. And when we say passing of title, that means the point of time at which ownership changes. So basically, the general rule here would be you will recognize inventories when the title is passed on from the seller to the buyer. However, there may be cases where the transfer of control does not coincide with the transfer of the physical possession. Remember that there may be constructive delivery and there could be actual delivery. So, kung napalit na nimo pero wala actual nga delivery, pwede man nga constructive. So, pwedeng na ay symbol or na itimaylahan nga there's already transfer of control. For example, if you bought a house and lot, di ba, pwede man nga ang title ang imuhang makubtan. Not necessary nga ihatod ang balay sa inyuhang lugar. So, man na siya nga na ay constructive delivery. The same with the purchase of inventory. Pwede man nga wala pa siya na transfer gyud physically but there could be already substance na transfer na siya in substance or ang control na transfer na even if wala pa physical possession. Okay? Then, the legal test for determining if i-record ba natong inventory or not would be this question. So, is the entity the owner of the goods inventoried? So, if the answer is yes, then it will be included in the inventory. Otherwise, you will exclude it if it's a no. So there could also be an exception to this legal test. So for example, if the goods are sold on installment basis. So for installment contracts, they may provide retention of the title by the seller until the selling price is fully collected. So dili pa nila ihatag or i-transfer ang ownership or ang physical possession kung dili pa ma-full kung installment basis siya. So following the legal test, the goods sold on installment basis are still the property of the seller and therefore normally includable in his inventory. However, in such a case, it is an accepted accounting procedure to record the installment sale as a regular sale involving deferred income on the part of the seller and as a regular purchase on the part of the buyer. But in accounting daw, pwede ra nga i-consider ni siya as a regular purchase on the part of the buyer. So thus, the goods sold on installment are included in the inventory of the buyer and shall be excluded from that of the seller, the legal test to the contrary notwithstanding. So what are the goods includable? We have the goods owned and on hand. Also, we have goods in transit and sold FOB destination. So, padung pa sa ato ang buyer ni agibaligya nato siya as FOB destination, and you will learn later what is FOB destination. Goods in transit which are purchased FOB shipping point. This time kita ang nipalit ani and the term is FOB shipping point. Goods out on consignment. This is a good or these are goods that we consign to another party. So out man, so kita may nag-consign, kita ay nagbilin to another party or entity. Goods in the hands of salesmen or agents, meaning na atay mga ahente nga mobaligya sa product in our behalf and naapas sa ilaha ang ato ang products nga wala pa na halin. And then goods held by customers on approval or on trial. So these are items or products nga tong gibaligya pero pwede pang iuli sa ato ang customer because the term of the sale is on approval. So, anytime pwede nilang ibalik. So, kung pwede nilang ibalik, so dili pa siya absolute ang sale, kita gihapon ang owner sa goods. Then how do we present inventories? So these are presented under the statement of financial position, particularly in the current assets section as one line item under the caption inventories. So the breakdown, such as the finished goods, work in process, raw materials, manufacturing supplies, will be disclosed in the notes. If you like this video, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be updated with the latest video lessons. Thank you for watching.